If I tell you that I have a coconut head, you will start arguing with me. How can I not know that there is a phone called Itel P40 Plus? So recently, I did a review of the Itel S23. In that video, I said that if the S23 had come with a punch-hole selfie camera, it would have been the first for Itel. Victor Morori, one of my viewers, commented, "There is an Itel P40 Plus which seems to have a punch hole. Maybe you can check it out." Please, don't mind me for not knowing. Thank you very much, Victor. But does the Itel P40 Plus really have a punch hole camera? Let's find out. There are a few surprising things about the Itel P40 Plus that I'm still struggling to understand. It has a big 7000 mAh battery, 90Hz screen refresh rate, and an 18-watt charger, unlike the S23. Yet, the P40 Plus remains so unpopular. A lot of people made a review video of the P40, but not one video for the P40 Plus. What on earth could be wrong with this phone? For only 78,000 naira, this is supposed to be among the most popular entry-level phones, but it is not. Just in case you want to buy this phone or confirm the price online, you might want to use the link in the description. Inside the packaging box, as usual, you will find the phone first. Seeing it now, it looks so much beautiful than the way it looked when I saw it online. Then it comes with a protective case, a SIM eject pin, an 18-watt charger, a Type-C USB cable, and an NIA earpiece. During the unboxing, the first thing I noticed is the weight. It feels so heavy that it almost fell off my hand. Unlike regular phones that weigh an average of 190 grams, this device weighs 225 grams, thanks to the 7000 mAh battery. I like the fact that this phone is strong, but I also fear that if I put it in my pocket, it might pull my trouser off my waist. The weight of the phone is so real that you really have to hold it to understand what I mean. Now, about the display, is it true that it has a punch-hole selfie camera? Surprisingly, yes. So this is the first Itel phone with this display setup. Starting with the Itel P38, the company has made lots of improvements to its devices. From the design of the Itel S18, even though everyone knows that the design is copied, to the color-changing back of the Itel S23, there have been some really wonderful improvements. Other than the punch-hole feature in this display, there are no other special features. Itel did not tell us if this is an IPS display or an AMOLED display, but what we do know for sure is that this is definitely not an AMOLED display. It has a resolution of 720 by 1640 pixels, which is a little above the Itel S23. But if you compare both displays, the Itel S23's display is sharper and brighter. Even if you set both displays at the same brightness level, you will still notice that the display of the S23 is clearer. So under sunlight, get ready to stress your eyes out trying to view contents on this display. It has 90Hz refresh rate, but by default, it's 60Hz. Unless you change it to 90Hz in the settings, scrolling is usually slow, and transition between screens is usually slow as well. The design of this phone does not look bad. It has a glossy matte finish at the back, and although it does attract fingerprints, it is hard to notice. The camera module that houses the main camera and flashlight does attract fingerprints a lot. On the left side of the phone, there is a SIM house that holds a SIM tray that supports 2 nano SIM cards and an SD card. It has a fingerprint scanner on the right side, along with the volume control buttons. At the bottom, it comes with an audio jack, a microphone, a Type-C port, and a speaker. The body of the phone looks strong. I guess Itel put into consideration the weight of the battery at the time they designed this phone, so I guess it will be durable. If you already have the Itel P40, you might be wondering if there are any differences in their camera quality. I know I have a lot of phones waiting to be reviewed, but I will try and make a comparison video of the Itel P40, P40 Plus, S18 and S23. In that video, I will make a better comparison of their cameras. If you are not subscribed to this channel, you might miss that video when I upload it. Now to avoid that, click on the subscribe button now and also remember to like this video. Now about the camera, Itel's camera software is very basic. It does not allow for advanced features such as dual mode, slow motion mode, macro modes and document mode. What you will find on this camera is the short video mode, photo mode, portrait mode, super night mode, AR shot and wide selfie mode. For video recording, the 13 megapixel main camera will give its best under ideal condition. Unless you lock focus on a specific subject, it easily loses focus when the camera is in motion. But the quality offered here will not satisfy a user who builds his content with a phone camera. But knowing that this is a 13 megapixel camera, no one should complain about the quality. After all, you don't expect to make your WAEC papers now when you ask a primary 2 PP to write the exam for you. This is a picture taken in the dark, and this is the same picture with the night mode. It brightens the picture but provided very little detail. When you turn the flashlight on, you get full detail. Now, the first camera at the top is the main camera, while the second camera is supposed to be the depth sensor. This second camera is supposed to assist the main camera in determining which object is close and which one is far away. For example, if someone stands in front of the camera, this second camera, which is the depth sensor, is supposed to help the main camera to identify the person, focus on the person, and blur the rest of the image. But if I blindfold this second camera, the blur and focus effect will still work normally, whether with the video mode or the portrait mode. Why I'm going through the stress of explaining this is that someone with the username, a random African, said that this second camera is the autofocus, which is rightly so. But his comment came after I said that the second camera in the Itel S23 has no value. While I stand to be corrected, I still hold to my position, and in fact, I'm adding this second camera of the Itel P40 Plus to that valueless rank. But this does not mean that the main camera is not doing its job in blurring pictures. For a 13 megapixel camera sensor, these pictures are so normal. A better processor and camera software can enhance these pictures and make them look better. But this is Itel for you. The front camera is 8 megapixel. I won't bother to use this camera in the dark because both the normal and night mode pictures look the same. Since the phone does not have a front flashlight, this selfie camera has to rely on the screen brightness to brighten a picture. The processor that powers this phone is the UNISOC T606 12nm CPU, the same one that powers the Itel S23. Although this is a low-end CPU, it has the advantage of being able to handle limited high-end games and manage battery drainage. To translate this, it means that a 5000 mAh battery will last on this phone. But this device did not come with a 5000 mAh battery. It actually has 7000 mAh battery. This is the one phone that I'm so sure will last for 2 days of normal use on a single charge. So for those who don't like Itel phones like me, before you insult this phone, think of the battery. Itel users, if anyone speaks badly of this phone, ask them how much their favorite brand sell a 7000 mAh battery phone. Vishal Ganfad expressed his feeling this way. Most people from your country and my country are more focused on battery life at affordable pricing, but still, Itel never disappoints their customers. It is just good to consider at a low price. So for most persons, all they care about is battery life and not performance. So how well does this phone perform in terms of speed? Right now, I can tell you that this phone is very fast. So fast that you will not notice lagging or freezing, even when playing high-end games like Call of Duty Mobile or PUBG. Someone with the username Bishop said this: Itel phones are kind of smooth for a while. Use them for like a year and they will lag, overheat, or drop in performance. It's almost like they designed their phones with cheap stuff to make it very strangely affordable, like 8 GB of RAM for 76K. This is absolutely true, and I'm sure that Itel users will confirm this in the comments. This is the charger that came with the phone. 30 minutes of charge took the battery from 39% to 61%, which is 22% in 30 minutes. When it comes to gaming, like the Itel S23, it should be able to handle 2 or 3 high-end games and still remain steady. So why this is not a gaming device, for 78,000 Naira, you still get to enjoy a fine gaming experience. Use the link in the description to purchase this phone if you intend to. This is the Itel S23 review video and this is the Itel P40 review video. Check them out and we will definitely meet again.